welcome back to another Candy Jack's Toy Box, whatever. Anyway, back in February, I bought these really cool Goosebump toys that were released by Taco Bell. They did a set of 4.
This Halloween, terrifying creatures are on the loose at Taco Bell.
It's them!
I ended up getting all 4 of them, kind of like gradually through different auctions. Well, just buy it now. Nobody does auctions anymore. I don't know, it takes some of the fun out of it. It was a bit of an impulse buy. At the time, I was getting into, well, I had been getting into collecting Halloween-type fast food items. I've since decided that I need to, like, not get so into that. I kind of want my collection to be focused on monster movie memorabilia, a little bit of TV, whatever, movie/TV, you get it. And if you're over there thinking, well, Goosebumps had a TV show, these are not based on the TV show. These are based on the book covers. So these do not fit the theme. And for those of you that are just like, hey, just collect what you like, who cares? Clearly you've never dealt with hoarder-like tendencies when dealing with this crap. You do need to set some boundaries, otherwise it gets out of control. I've kind of been in that situation before, don't really want to deal with it again. We're trying to focus on the movie memorabilia, which is sort of how my collection started years ago when I first got into the idea of collecting stuff to put on a shelf, not to play with. You know, I was so young that it was kind of like I just went from kid playing with toys to collector, but whatever, normal people do the whole just sell all their stuff when they grow up and then get into collecting later. I just kind of, I fucked it up. I did it wrong. Oops. When I first started doing this, it was about the monster movie stuff, specifically Universal monsters, but just like classic horror in general. Then gradually I got into more modern horror. When I say modern, I'm talking about like Freddy and Jason, because a lot of people say that those are old movies now. Cool. That's really awesome. Anyway, so the Goosebumps stuff, these are really cool toys that Taco Bell put out, but they do not fit the theme. So even though I just got these back in February, I was like, we need to sell these. Two types of things were like on the chopping block. Stuff that does not fit the movie/TV theme, and stuff that is maybe like really cheap and I just don't really give a shit about. These are not cheap though. These are really cool, and if you just have a Goosebumps collection, you gotta have these. So I decided to sell them, which they have. These have sold, and I do not own these anymore. They're in my possession right now, and that's why I thought, hey, I'll do a quick video talking about them before I gotta pack these up and ship them off to whomever owns them now. Cool. Alright, so here they are. I got all 4 of them. This is decorative set dressing. Is that doing anything? Is that adding some significant production value? Anyway, so I'm just going to go through one of these one at a time. So this one is the Mummy from the book Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Get a close look at this one so you see it opens up. Got a little mummy inside. And I think it says Boo Dude on this. Yeah, you pull his little wrappings and he goes spinning around. Just getting a good look at the detail on there. And all of these do glow in the dark, so I will be showing that as well. So we'll put him back. That's the Mummy. Next we got, this is probably the most valuable one. I think he's usually a little bit more expensive. That's because this is Slappy from Night of the Living Dummy, which they did a plethora of books with this character. And actually him and the Mummy are also the only 2 characters that do appear in the TV show. So there you go. So this one's a little weird. His like neck stretches out like that, and then you turn this, and then you see that it comes. I'm not going to open it because I just sold these, and I feel like whoever bought these will not appreciate that. But you open these candies, which are expired. If you get one of these, don't eat these. But the candies go in here, and then they just kind of like fill up his neck, and then you turn it to close it. It's like a candy dispenser. I guess the idea is You open that and the candy will fall out. It's not like a perfect thing, honestly. I have to wonder if this is one of those things where, like, these are on par, almost on par, I will say, with the Burger King Universal Monsters, which, have all of those. And absolutely, because those are on the monster movie theme, I'm keeping those for sure. But, these are almost on par. They're not quite, I don't think they're quite as cool. If these were just like little figures, I don't know, kind of like the Universal Monster ones that Burger King did, that would have been, I don't know, a lot cooler, I think. But either way, these are still really awesome. I'll get to Curly next. So this character is not from any particular book. He was just kind of the Goosebumps mascot. I remember when I was a kid, I had a lot of toys of this character. I'm trying to remember what all I had. There was one that kind of looked like a Boglin, but cheaper. Just like a rubber hand puppet, and he had like little arms that came off the sides that would just wiggle around. It was very goofy. They did a bunch of Goosebump characters, but I had the Curly one. I had a Curly. It was like a little figure, about yay tall, that stood on top of a rock, and then you would hit a button, and it would make a screaming sound or something. And then I also had a Curly voice recorder. It was just it had like little buttons under his eyes and stuff you would hit to record your voice and then play it back. I think it would play it back in a spooky voice. But yeah, okay, so I had at least 3 toys based on Curly. I think those were the only Goosebump toys that I actually had as a kid. I didn't even know that they made these when I was a kid. I mean, I would have loved this as a kid, but this one, it's a little stiff. Like, you're supposed to like roll it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it works backwards, but yeah, I don't. You can see his pupils pop out there. Yeah, so he's supposed to like chatter his teeth and his eyes bug out as you push him, but it's a little sticky. I don't know if this one is something wrong with it, but either way, if you just want it as a display piece, it's really good for that. So that's Curly, the Goosebumps mascot, and then finally we got this one. This is Cuddles, the hamster. I think was it the mutant hamster, and he got a big Goosebumps logo on his back there. I don't know if there's a year on these. Yeah, I don't see a year on these. I think these might have been 95 or 94, so somewhere around there. But this one, actually, I haven't done. Hopefully, I don't destroy this. The gimmick of this one is you're supposed to turn it inside out like this. Okay. And this character is from Monster Blood Part 2. So you can see, I didn't read this book, and he's not in the show. I know these two characters, I don't think I read it in any other books, but I've seen their TV episodes, so I'm familiar with the characters through that. But Cuddles a hamster, I didn't read the book, so. But from what I understand, he eats the monster blood, which I saw some of the first TV episode with they did a TV episode with monster blood, so the green goo that's coming out of him was in the TV show. Just the specific book with the hamster was not in the TV show. But yeah, monster blood is just like this gooey, goopy, kind of like the Blob. It just consumes things. And I guess if you eat it, you grow to a large size. So this hamster, from what I understand, he grew large and was devouring everything, which is why he's got all this stuff in there. It's just shit he's been eating. This is another reason I feel like, I don't need these. I'm clearly, I grew up with Goosebumps. I am a fan to an extent, but I'm far from an expert. Kind of fumbling on some of these factoids here. These are still really cool. Look at them all. I kind of need to frame that better. Look at them all. amazing. I'm gonna see if I can get the glow-in-the-dark effect to work here. Okay, well, there's another light on. That's gonna fuck that up. Okay, well, the TV monitor is also on, so okay, I'm gonna need to actually charge these. Okay, you can kind of see the glow-in-the-dark effect. You can definitely see. Let me just get these a little bit closer. That's the mummy. Yeah, these are really not showing up too good. Okay, I'm just gonna give this one more try. See if this charges them a little bit better. They've been kind of setting under here for a minute. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I'm like so determined because it's like really cool, you know. Oh wow! Okay, now you can really see them pretty good. You can see it cuddles his whole insides, glow in the dark. Yeah, Slappy, Curly's teeth glow. The mummy's definitely the most vibrant. I will give it that. That one, you got the whole last figure. It's just lighting up. So, yeah, there you go. Pretty freaking cool. So those were the Taco Bell Goosebump toys. Again, if you collect stuff that, or maybe you just don't have hoarding problems like I do, and you can have a variety of things. Whatever your deal is, if these fit you, whatever you're into, I mean, they're worth it. They're not that expensive. I mean, I guess like over $10 each, but they're technically, I guess, vintage now, and they're really cool. That's why I got them in the first place. I've been looking at them for years on like eBay, thinking about getting them. Then finally I did it. I just finally got to getting them at sort of an awkward point in my collecting journey. But they're totally cool. And I'm glad I got to have them for at least a brief period of time. So yeah, this is just a quick little video, kind of out of season. I do kind of want to keep this channel more. We're going to do stuff for Halloween, but I don't know, this just sort of came up, so you're getting me a little bit early with this one. Yay! Just amazing. Freaking awesome, Awesome, honestly. Okay, I guess we're done with this video.